Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, everybody. What time is it? It's 11:14 a.m., January the 30th, Tuesday. And Scotty Inman is my special guest today. In just a few minutes, you'll meet him. I hope you'll stick around and hear our conversation. But I want to let you know, coming up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, that's February 22nd, Saturday, I will be at the Carolina Opry with my friends, Endless Highway, Riley Harrison Clark, and the Lowry Vocal Band. And then the next night, we'll be in Greensboro, North Carolina. Over at marklowry.com, we have shirts. I'm not perfect, but Jesus thought I was worth dying for. Isn't that good news? We have this one, too. It's just patch and fix from here on in. Hey, Susan Norwood, good morning. Helen Monday, Ronald Ray, all y'all coming in. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for all notifications. And on Facebook, please share and follow my page. That's the most important thing you can do. Make sure you're following my page. And it's the one with 1.3 million followers, so you make sure you get the right one. All right, what's next? And, is it cold where you are? You can order a Make It Real sweatshirt over at marklowry.com, along with the Lowry Vocal Band, so you can get ready for the hometown weekend, which is coming up. Oh, goodness gracious. I should have, hold on. I want to do something real fast that I've never actually done online. I should have done this before we went live, but I didn't. Well, shoot. I wish I had. Okay, where are you, Danny Murray? Forget it. I'll have it next time. June 27th and 28th, Mark Lowry Hometown Weekend. It's my birthday bash. Make sure you come. Go to marklowry.com for more information. You'll see it there, okay? All right. Let's sing a little bit before we get into the interview. All right, sit up straight. Let's sing. We read of a place that's called heaven. It's made for the pure and the free. These truths in God's Word He has given. How beautiful heaven must be. Sing. How beautiful heaven must be. Sweet home of the happy and free, fair haven of rest for the weary. How beautiful heaven must be. I found a new verse, listen. The angels so sweetly are singing. Betrayals and failures destroyed. All pain and all suffering forgotten. And all tears will be turned into joy. Sing, y'all. How beautiful heaven must be. Sweet home of the happy and free. Fair haven for the weary. How beautiful heaven must be. Fair haven of rest for the weary. How beautiful heaven must be. There's another verse too. The children will play without sadness. The women will dance without fear. The men will walk tall with honor. Only light, peace, and love will appear. Hey, Belladine. Bella, come here. She won't. She won't. She doesn't. She's camera shy. I don't understand it. Well, how's your Tuesday going? I am so excited to have Scotty Inman as our special guest today. He is going to be at Mark Lowry's hometown birthday bash coming up June 26th or 27th and 28th. I don't know. Go to marklowry.com. It'll tell you. Let me look. Here it is. June 27th and 28th. Yeah, June 27th, 28th in Deer Park, Texas, which is right out of Houston, my hometown. And I'd love for you to come this year. The last few years have been incredible. And this year's going to be incredible too. Not all the guests are confirmed, but when they are, it's going to be a swashbuckler. Is that a name? Is that a word? Swashbuckler? Sounds interesting. All right, let me see here. I need to, because I didn't set that up either. I need to find this, do that. And now, here's my interview with Scotty Inman. Well, I'm sitting here with my good buddy, Scotty Inman. Scotty, how are you today?
I'm at home in Morgantown, Kentucky, which is about 20 miles west of Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Okay. And you're in your studio office slash hideaway?
Yeah, with my nice wreath hat I have here.
So, for those of you who have never, maybe the few, one or two of you have never heard of Scotty Inman, why don't we start at the beginning? You were raised in a gospel singing family, right?
My dad, Clayton Inman, has been singing my entire life. He sang with Singing Americans, Kingdom Heirs, and most recently Triumphant. And so I knew gospel music before I knew Christ, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
oh yeah, me
So,
too. Me too. Yeah, I went to my first gospel concert when I was 11, but I met him when I was 14 at church camp. Okay, so let's go back. So how did you know you wanted to do this? Did you just love what your daddy did, or did God call you to do this? What happened?
I was going to be an athlete. I was going to be a professional baseball player, Mark,
Okay.
and it didn't work out. No, my junior year of high school, I got saved. Was in
Uh,
church my whole life. Knew how to speak it. I tell people every night. My testimony is I grew up in church. I was so close to the cross, yet so far from the Lord. And
right.
I knew, and I think that's the toughest um, thing is when you're around it so much. You it's harder to get to that point where you need to accept Christ. But I was saved when I was. I'm sorry, I have things beeping everywhere. Right. But no, so I was gonna be a baseball player, and at 17 years old, got saved. Felt God was calling me into the ministry. I wasn't gonna be a preacher, and I knew I had a singing talent, so I started using it. And so I didn't start singing until I was 17 years old
Really?
in front of anyone. And so I've been learning as I've gone in front of crowds.
Yeah.
Um, I joined Phil Cross and Poet Voices at the age of 20.
Okay, so that was
Three
your first group.
3 years after I sang my first song in front of anyone. And
Wow.
so you can look, if you see videos of me back, I mean, I'm scared to death. I'm
Yeah.
scared to death. Just, I mean, and, uh, and then spent 22 years with Triumphant. And that's, now I'm here solo.
Was that scary leaving?
It was, but I got to a point where I knew I needed to move on. I love Triumphant, the greatest group ever. My dad's in the group, brothers, but God closed that door, and
How
I
did he
knew
do?
he.
How did that happen for you? How did you know God was closing that door? Because the same thing happened with me in the vocal band, and I'm just curious how you knew.
He just took the desire away to be there. I mean, and people are not going to want to hear that, but I just was finished there.
Right,
It became hard to go and to do, and
right. And to
I
smile when you don't feel like it.
It did, and I still sing some of those songs in my concert today, and that's.
Right.
But it wasn't the people, it wasn't the songs, it wasn't the group. It was just the desires changed.
I
My
call
desire,
it God's thumb was on my heart. That's the only way I
yeah,
could describe it. I just did not feel at home. I felt at home with these people, but I had something else I should be doing. That's what I felt when I left.
yeah, and I got personally two young kids that I was
Yeah.
gone from, and they were growing up, and honestly, they never said, "Hey, I wish you would come home," and my wife never said, "I wish you'd come home." It was me. I was one going, I need to go home, repurpose my time, repurpose my mission. And so I used to be gone 170 days a year with Triumphant,
Oh,
and now I'm gone probably half of that as a
right.
solo. And so it's been really awesome. God's been really faithful.
So now, you're writing some of the song? You're writing also, right? You write your songs.
Yeah, I mean, 99% of the songs I've recorded, I've written.
Okay.
Or co-written, co-written.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with some of Nashville's best, my best friends, and it just helps me share. You know how it is
Yeah.
when you write songs and you sing them live, you can share them from a different place.
Right. Exactly. So you're doing how many concerts a year now? Are you thinking?
70 is kind of the number, the
And
magic
if
number.
someone wants to learn more about you, just go to that website right there at the bottom of this screen, scottyinman.com. And there's a whole page of YouTube videos where you can sit and listen to the songs he's singing. I was doing that this morning before we got together. I wanted to kind of check out what he was doing. Of course, I know he's going to also be at Hometown Weekend, y'all. He's coming to my hometown birthday bash, June 26th, 27th, 28th. Go to marklowry.com. There's more information there for that. But Scotty will be there. And the other artists they're lining up, but I'm excited that you're coming. We've had Triumphant, but we've not had
Yeah.
you.
Well,
Yeah,
I thought, since I left, that's why you booked them the first time, because I wasn't there whenever you had them. I just left like a
I
month
know,
before, and
I
so
know.
I'm so excited to be coming. Always been a huge fan. I told my wife we were together in Arizona a couple weeks ago, me and you, at the IMC, and I said I just stood on a sidewalk and sang two-part harmony with Mark Lowry, waiting on our rides. You never remember that we sang
Yeah.
the longer I serve him or something. But
Oh, I wish. You know what I hate about the internet? I love everything about it except this one thing. We can't reproduce that
I
because of
know.
the delay. I wish we could. It would be so much. That's the only thing they've got to fix on this internet world is the timing of the audio because there's such a delay. You can't match up. And
Yeah,
you know, and I
I'll say,
know that all matching up and blending is everything. If a
mhm.
quartet can't blend, I can't be bothered.
You're right, and you have to match the tone of the lead singer you're singing with. So your voice is not your own when you're singing in a group. You have to match vowel sounds, and if this guy sings with more of a point, you got to sing with more of a point, and if this guy sings open, you got to sing open, and which is
You know,
all.
there ought to be a course in this. I had to learn this the hard way. My first group was the Gaither Vocal Band, and I had to learn to sing baritone on top of it. But I knew if I stuck my good ear up next to Michael English and match his tone, I've done my job, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, you did it well.
Well, it
Did
was
it
fun.
really well.
So you sang the lead in your group.
Yeah, when I was with Triumphant, I sang a lot of lead. I was called the baritone, but me and Dad switched off so much that I became the lead singer toward the end. Of course,
Okay.
now as a soloist, obviously, I'm a lead
Obviously.
singer, but I sing in a baritone range even as a soloist.
Yeah.
I sing. I like to be in a conversational key. I feel like you can get the message across a little more than I don't want to be straining too much.
No, no, it wears the audience out. It's like those singers that do all those licks. You know,
Yeah,
I love licks, but I
sure.
learned from Michael English that they're secret weapons, and you save your best licks for the last chorus. You don't want to shoot the whole wad in the first chorus, and you got nothing to show them in the last chorus. I mean, I
That's it.
stepped back and just watched all that. I was never a lick singer. You know, I don't attempt them, but I love watching those who can. But I told one of these singers, and they laughed. Thank God they laughed. I said, "Have you ever found a note you like?"
Holy, oh wow. Yeah, well, and it may be the fact that I can't. It may be the fact that I'm a straightforward singer. I put a little inflection,
Right.
here or there, a
Yeah, I
little
can't
flair here
either.
and there. But if I start doing a run, I won't know where to land it.
Oh,
I'll just,
yeah, I
I won't.
love those who can though. I love those who
Yeah.
can, but that don't do it through the whole song because my ears are worn out by the time they get to the finish of it.
Well, you got to
You
land the
don't have to
plane.
agree. You don't have to agree. I
Yeah.
probably dug a hole for myself here.
No, 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 no. I agree though. I mean, sometimes like my favorite versions of the Star Spangled Banner is when
Banner.
banner is when somebody just sings it with a great tone and they just sing that thing. Just sing it. But it's teach his own.
To
Teach
each
his
his
own.
own. It's like food. Not everybody likes liver and onions. I do, but
I
not everybody
don't.
does. And music is just like that. It's a buffet. You take what you want and don't listen.
George Yance once said, "You may be the ripest, juiciest peach, but somebody ain't gonna like peaches." So there you go.
There you go. That's great. So now you have how many children right now?
Two, I have a 12-year-old girl named Embry, and I have a 9-year-old boy named Bo.
Is he the caboose, or are y'all done? Unless
We're
the Lord blesses.
Yeah, I think we're getting too old to
How old
even.
are you?
I'm 42 years old.
Yeah, that's a little late. Be
Yeah,
having babies maybe. But
and we
I'm
got to
happy.
talk.
I'm so happy for you in your career. I think the change. I think change is good. I think committing to a job in a group is good too. But when God puts His thumb on your heart and it's over, and I love that you left loving the group. You know that
Oh,
that
yeah,
everybody is still friends. It's like when I left the vocal band, I didn't leave the Gaither family. I still do all the Christmas tours, the cruises, but I don't have to be there. When you're in the group, every time Bill Gaither belches, you got to harmonize with it. You've got to be there, right? But if you're
right.
just in the family, you can come and go. And I'm glad that you're still in the family over there with your daddy and Triumphant, and you still
Yeah,
love those guys. I love that because when you leave, it doesn't mean it has to be a bad situation.
it should be a multiplication. Now I'm a new ministry of Triumphant per se.
Right?
Kind of like once you were in vocal band, you're always under the umbrella.
Yeah.
To some people, and so you come back, leave, come back. I'm doing their homecoming this Triumphant's homecoming this year.
Oh,
So
good.
if there was any more proof that everything's okay, I'm doing their
Yeah.
homecoming.
Well, there never was. I
I
didn't
know.
mean to imply there was because there hasn't. I've heard nothing but good things about you and them all these years. And I'm thrilled that you're here. Anything else? Have you got anything out that we need to push everybody to go buy?
Well, we didn't plan this, but tonight at midnight, uh, I have a new single releasing on digital. It's actually a Triumphant song I did while I was there called "Even Me,"
Okay.
and so I'm re-recording it, and it's going to be on digital platforms tonight at midnight. So
All right.
yeah,
Everybody sit. Now I know my crowd. We're in bed asleep at midnight, but the next morning you can
Yeah,
get up
Friday
and go
morning.
get it. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scotty Inman, for being on Just Whenever today. I love you, brother, and I can't wait to see you at the hometown weekend.
I'm pumped. Thanks for letting me be there.
God bless you. Well, isn't he great? Look who walked in, y'all. It's Bella Dean. Y'all been worried about her. She's doing good. Listen, go to scottyinman.com today and listen to his music. He's got videos on there you can watch. And tonight at midnight, you can download his latest project. Bella, do you have anything else you'd like to say? All right. Well, all right, y'all. Have a good one. I'll see you when I see you.